Let's go Broncos! In the last few hours, we received news that could completely redefine the team's future. Sean Payton and the Broncos front office have set a bold new direction that signals not only their intention to dominate the defense next season, but also to transform their offensive approach in the draft. I'll tell you all the details in a moment, but first make sure you've already hit the like button if you agree with me that the Denver Broncos will make it to the next Super Bowl. If possible, comment like this: "Go Payton! Go Nix! We believe in you." Buckle up because this is one of the most crucial offseasons in recent memory. First, the biggest headline: Sean Payton confirmed a major change in defensive strategy that could elevate the Broncos' defense to the best in the NFL. We already know that this team led the league in sacks last season and has a lockdown cornerback in Pat Certain too. But two big holes needed to be addressed: inside linebacker and safety. Payton's solution? A bold position change for Drew Sanders, Arkansas's incredibly athletic SEC standout. After alternating between edge rusher and inside linebacker last season, Sanders is officially returning to his natural inside linebacker role. This move is significant for several reasons. Sanders, who was recovering from an Achilles injury last year, now gets the opportunity to solidify himself in a position where Payton sees star potential. The comparison being made? Zach Bond, the same player Payton discovered in New Orleans, who nearly won Defensive Player of the Year. If Sanders can follow a similar trajectory, Denver might have just solved a key issue without even needing to make a splashy free agent signing. There's been some hesitation among fans about whether moving Sanders back and forth might stunt his development. But consider this: with a full offseason working under Vance Joseph and playing alongside Alex Singleton, the foundation is there for him to thrive. Singleton, a veteran leader, has been with the team every step of the way, even through his rehab process. Unlike some injured players who isolate themselves, Singleton remained engaged with the team, attending games, and being a constant presence. That kind of commitment and chemistry will be crucial in helping Sanders reach his potential. But here's the real kicker: this move doesn't necessarily mean the Broncos are done addressing linebacker. George Payton has made it clear that while they believe in Sanders, they are still looking to add competition at the position. That could mean bringing in a veteran like Shaq Thompson to provide depth and leadership. Either way, this defense is shaping up to be an absolute force. Now, while the defense is looking stacked, the offensive game plan might surprise some people. Everyone assumed the Broncos would target a running back with their first-round pick, specifically Ashton Jeanty from Boise State. However, both Payton and Payton made statements at the Combine that suggest a different direction entirely. They emphasized the depth of this running back class and even hinted that they might already have their starting RB on the roster. That means players like Jaleel McLaughlin, Audric Estime, and Tyler Batty could be in line for bigger roles than expected. So if running back isn't the priority, what is? Well, here's where it gets really interesting. The Broncos are reportedly eyeing a tight end with their first pick, and they're specifically looking for one who is a natural pass catcher. Payton made it clear that his philosophy is to prioritize a tight end's ability as a receiver first, then develop their blocking skills later. That means guys like Colston Loveland from Michigan and Tyler Warren from Penn State are firmly in the mix. Both players accounted for a massive portion of their college team's passing offense, and that kind of production is exactly what Payton wants. Think about the impact this could have. The Broncos have struggled at tight end for years, and adding a dynamic pass catcher could completely change the offense. Imagine pairing a player like Loveland with Bo Nix, giving the young quarterback a reliable, playmaking security blanket over the middle. That kind of move could be a game changer. But it gets even crazier. There are rumors swirling about a potential Rob Gronkowski return. Yes, you heard that right. Reports from plugged-in sources at the Combine claim that Gronk is currently training at altitude in Vail, Colorado, and considering an NFL comeback. His connection with Sean Payton is well documented. They've worked together at Fox Sports, they text frequently, and Gronk has spoken highly of Bo Nix. If Denver were to bring in Gronk on a veteran minimum deal, he wouldn't just be a mentor, he'd be an immediate impact player, especially as a run blocker. Now, some skeptics might say, isn't Gronk too old? Well, here's the counterargument. He's only 5 months older than Travis Kelce, and unlike Kelce, he's had multiple years off from the wear and tear of the NFL. If you're telling me the Broncos could get a veteran leader, an elite blocker, and a red zone threat for cheap, I'm absolutely on board. And this brings us to the bigger picture. This entire offseason is about building around Bo Nix. Payton made it crystal clear that the team now has its franchise quarterback and that the primary focus is giving him the weapons to succeed. Whether that means drafting a tight end in the first round, adding depth at running back, or continuing to bolster the offensive line, every move is being made with the goal of maximizing Nix's potential. One last thing that gave me chills, Payton's closing remarks at the Combine. He said, "The journey begins, and we don't shy away from it. Our expectations are high, and we are hungry for more." That kind of confidence and clarity in direction is a far cry from where this team was a year ago. This isn't just talk. This is a team that believes in what they're building. So, Broncos country, what do you think? Do you like the move to put Drew Sanders back at inside linebacker? Would you be excited about the possibility of drafting a top-tier tight end? And how wild would it be if Gronk actually came to Denver? Let me know your thoughts in the comments because this offseason is just getting started, and things are about to get crazy. Now, let's talk about what all of this means for the Broncos heading into the draft. The front office has made it clear they want 4 players they're absolutely in love with at pick 20. This strategy ensures that if one of their targets gets snatched up earlier, they still have multiple options they feel confident in. It's a smart approach, especially in a draft that's loaded with talent at key positions. One of the biggest debates among fans right now is whether Denver should prioritize offense or defense with that first pick. On one hand, the defense is already stacked, and moving Drew Sanders back to inside linebacker plus the potential addition of a veteran safety means that side of the ball could be elite. But on the other hand, if this team is truly building around Bo Nix, giving him more weapons should be the top priority. That's where the tight end conversation becomes so fascinating. Look at the names linked to Denver: Colston Loveland, Tyler Warren, and even a potential mid-round steal like Harold Fannin. All of these guys have something in common. They weren't just pass-catching tight ends in college. They were focal points of their team's passing attack. That's rare. Historically, most rookie tight ends struggle to make an immediate impact, but the Broncos clearly want a guy who can contribute right away. Then there's the wild card. Do they shock everyone and go after a top-tier center? The offensive line has been a work in progress, and investing in a young, elite center to help protect Nix and anchor the line for years to come wouldn't be the worst decision. But if Payton truly believes in his philosophy of get a receiver first, teach him to block later, then all signs point to a tight end. Let's not forget the possibility of a trade either. If Denver falls in love with a player who starts slipping down the board, they have the flexibility to move up and grab him. George Payton has shown he's not afraid to be aggressive when he believes in a prospect. But with so many needs to fill, trading back and stockpiling picks is also on the table. Now, let's shift gears for a moment because I need to talk about something that could be one of the most under-the-radar moves of the offseason: the Broncos' confidence in their current running back room. When Payton and Payton both spoke at the Combine, they went out of their way to praise Audric Estime, Jaleel McLaughlin, and Tyler Batty. That tells me they aren't desperate to take a running back in the early rounds. And honestly, that's a smart call. Look at the teams that have had the most success running the ball in recent years. Many of them didn't spend high draft capital on a running back. So now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about the Broncos' offseason strategy so far? Do you like the move to put Drew Sanders at inside linebacker? Should they go all in on a pass-catching tight end in the draft? And what about the Rob Gronkowski rumors? Could he actually make a comeback in Denver? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this is going to be one of the wildest off-seasons we've seen in a long time, and I can't wait to see how it all plays out. Broncos country, let's ride!